All right, folks. So the Rams are signing Mason Crosby, the 39-year-old former Packer, career Packer, who kicked for the Packers from 2007 to 2022. They went out. They actually moved on from him this offseason. He ended up being a free agent. Looked like he might even retire, but he worked out for the Rams a few weeks ago. So here he is. They did move on. They went out and got Anders Carlson in the draft. So what are the Rams getting here? Why did they make this move? I'm going to get into it. Before I do, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. So let's talk about it. The Rams initially started off the season with Brett Maher. Maher was actually really good inside of 49 yards. It was outside of 50 where the Rams put him in some situations that he could have been better without being it. So he ended up getting cut. I disagreed with it for that reason. If you look at his numbers inside of 49 yards, the guy was almost automatic. I mean, he only missed 2 field goals, but he was cut. They went out and got Lucas Haversick off of the practice squad of, I believe it might have been the Browns, the Colts. I don't remember the practice squad now, but they got him, and he's somebody that they like long-term. He could be their franchise kicker if they, develop him. But right now, the reason they're doing this, I would imagine, is because this team is 6-6, and they legitimately should make the playoffs. I believe they're going to. They got an easier road ahead than some of the other games that they've played. Aside from the Ravens game this weekend and the 49ers game to wrap up the season, they play the Saints, they play the Commanders, they play the Giants. Those are 3 teams that are below 500 right now. So the Rams are looking at this like these games, margin for error is going to be very slim. You're going to have to hit these field goals, and the Rams have to be understanding that Mason Crosby is kind of like Brett Maher, where if he's kicking outside of 50 yards, it's probably not going to go well. He only made 1 of his 4 field goals last year, kicking from 50 plus. He made 3 out of 4 the year before, 4 out of 4 the year before, and then 1 out of 2, and then 5 out of 7 going back to 2018. But last year he struggled beyond 50 yards. He is an 81.4% field goal kicker for his career. An extra point, he's 97.3. Good extra point kicker, but at the same time, he's missed 4 in the last 2 years. So, look, Crosby's up there in age. This is not a long-term thing at all. This is just we're going to sign him, and hopefully we have that veteran presence. We're going to Baltimore. We need a guy like this. The Rams really have to do their best to realize, look, if it's 4th and short and it's going to be a 50-plus yard field goal, you want to keep Crosby out of harm's way. You want to go for it or you want to punt it. But if it's inside of 45 yards, I think you're pretty good there. This is a really quality kicker. He's consistent. The issue is when you start to, challenge that length, that's when he tends to struggle a little bit. It's the same thing with Maher. So now that the Rams offense is stalling out in a little bit more manageable situations, and they're still seeing Haversick miss some kicks, I think that this is a good move that they decided to make. So it doesn't mean Haversick's gone. There's actually been no move there. They released Miller Forrestall, who is the tight end, I believe former Alabama tight end, off of their practice squad. This makes room for Mason Crosby, who will eventually be on their active roster, I would imagine. Now, I think at that point, they would want to flip him and Haversick over. So they'll probably have to waive Haversick and put him on the practice squad. He's a young kicker, big leg. He just needs to work on his accuracy. He just needs to be developed a little bit more, and that's fine. The Rams don't have time for that to let him correct his and fix his mistakes in the middle of the season. Like I said, with the whole Greg Zuerlein thing, kicking 74% of his kicks in his rookie year. The Rams aren't that Rams team. Right now, they are 6-6, and they have a legitimate shot of making the playoffs. Whereas that team, they were kind of testing things out. That was not the team that the Rams are today. So they don't have time to do that, and I like that they waited no time We're talking Wednesday here, December 6th, then they go out and they get a veteran kicker in Mason Crosby. So my thoughts, a guy that's kicked in 258 games, I love it because I think this Ravens game is going to be a game where you might have to kick some 40-yard field goals. You might have to take the points on the road. It's going to be raining. It's not going to be guaranteed. You can't trot Lucas Haversick out there after the way he made some of those field goals, like by that much, and the way he missed a bunch. So I like this move. I'm glad they did it. It's a sign, once again, I'm just going to make a joke about it, that the Rams aren't tanking. You don't sign Mason Crosby, week 14. If you're tanking, they clearly want to go out and get a kicker that is, he's absolutely automatic inside of 19, which he should be. He's only missed 2 field goals in his career, and going back to that, he hasn't missed a 20 to 29 yard field goal. He hasn't missed that since 2011, back when he was 27 years old. He's now 39. Inside of 39, he has missed. He's missed a decent amount. Not a ton, but he missed quite a few in 2021. He was automatic 8 of 8 in 2022, and then 40 to 49 yards out. He is 129 made to 135. So that's some great stuff right there. Look, I gotta say, I'm sorry, 101 to 135. So again, you keep this guy inside the 49 and you're not going to have many issues. He might miss a few field goals, but you're not going to have like consistent misses, like bad kicks. I really like this move. He has a long of 58. So if it does come to the end of the game and it's to kick the game winner, he does have a leg. It's just a matter of that accuracy. Last year, he kicked a 56-yarder. He made a 54 the year before, 57, 54, 53, 50. So, that's just going back to 2017. He's capable of making that. But obviously, high percentage kicks, that's what you want to stick to. So this Rams offense is averaging over 25 a game when Kyren Williams is in, and they're 5-3 with Kyren Williams, and they're undefeated when Kyren Williams, Cooper Kupp, and Puka Nacua are on the field together. This offense feels different. The play calling's different. If the Rams just keep doing what they're doing, then they won't need Mason Crosby to kick 50-plus yard field goals. Because right now, you're starting to see that drive when it stalls, that's still a 40-plus yard field goal. It's not a 50-plus. It's not like earlier in the season. So we'll see what happens, but this is a tough test ahead. If the Rams, if it comes down to field goal kicking, I'll just say this. Mason Crosby's 39. This is the one position in the NFL where an older guy probably helps more. Like maybe a 39-year-old quarterback is kind of a crutch as opposed to having a younger quarterback. Not the case with kickers. Kickers can kick forever. I have no issue about his age whatsoever. And I like this move. So what are you guys thinking about this? I think it makes way too much sense. I thought this should have happened before Haversick, to be honest with you, but I'm not against it because if you can figure Haversick out, since, of course, as I mentioned, Greg Zuerlein had a rough rookie year. He started off great, and then he finished with 74% of his kicks made. If you can build him up, you could have something there, but we'll see. All that matters right now is that the Rams keep winning, and Mason Crosby gives them the best chance to do that. It's why they made the move. It's why I would make the move. It's why you should like the move. So that's going to do it. Appreciate you guys. Before I leave, actually, I just want to cover something here. A lot of people are going to be like, why didn't they get Robbie Gould? Robbie Gould costs way more than Mason Crosby. He's a lot better, right? That's why he costs way more. The Rams don't have a ton of cap space to spend on a kicker, okay? So even though Robbie Gould would be great and would be a better option, he's not a better option because it's not better value. And the Rams, I don't even think, could afford what he's asking for. There's a reason Robbie Gould is still available. He's a great kicker, but no one wants to pay upwards $6 to $8 million for a kicker. That's what it comes down to. So be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. You can follow me on socials at JK Bogan. That's going to do it. Later, folks.
Start playing Pick'em or Weekly Fantasy for any sport today, Jake. Users will receive a 100% deposit match up to $100 if they use promo code OTE at sign up. Start playing Pick'em and Weekly Fantasy Football today with Underdog Fantasy.
Do you love talking about the Rams, the NFL, or just want to be a part of a community? Join my free Discord server today. We're over 800 members. We got 24/7 live chat, a level 3 boosted server, the ability to call into JE Live, playing online games with us on Kick streams, toggleable alerts for when I go live on YouTube or Kick so you don't miss a live stream, and exclusive giveaways. Click the link in the description, the comments section, or the link that comes up in the video to learn more and join today.